Good evening, everybody. This is actually going to be my very first video on this channel, so I ask that you be kind. And tonight we're going to go over my Loungefly slash fandom bags collection, and got quite a few. I don't have like a gigantic collection that's going to take hours and hours to go through, but I do have quite a significant collection. So let's get started. So I figured first I'll go through bags that aren't really part of like the Disney Star Wars fandom. The Star Wars bags I'll save for last because they're by far the most populous. So this first one is actually not a Loungefly at all. This is a Vera Bradley sling bag. And you can see what the pattern is there. And I just thought this one was really cute. I really like the headway. I like that it doesn't scream Harry Potter, but it's nice and compact and small for travel. And next, getting into the actual Loungeflies. This is actually the very first Loungefly that I ever purchased. This is I guess this is a tote, crossbody bag, whatever you want to call it. It says the Sandworm from Beetlejuice. And I got this prior to the new movie coming out. I've had this one for a few years. It's seen a lot of wear, and I love to take this one out in the summer and the fall. It's really my only crossbody Loungefly, and I always get tons and tons of compliments on this bag when I use it. Next, getting into some that are definitely not any specific fandom, really. This is NASA. They call this the meatball bag. And so this one was an exclusive to the Kennedy Space Center. And I saw it advertised online and knew I had to snag it because I actually work for an organization that works with NASA. So this is what the inner lining is. I think this is a pretty rare bag, but I don't think it's a super valuable bag per se. And this is one that has seen a lot of wear. And then this one is the first ever Loungefly backpack that I bought. It is one of the MLB branded ones, and obviously is the Boston Red Sox, which I'm a huge fan. And I also want to note that every single one of my bags I use and I travel with. So this bag has been all the way across the country to Boston, and I love this bag, and I probably would never get rid of it just because it's my first. So it's got the Red Sox down the strap, and I'm kind of glad that I have this original one instead of the new one. Next up is my other favorite baseball team, which are the Atlanta Braves. This is a brand new bag, so I have used it, but it has not been to a game. It has not been to Atlanta or anything like that, but it's really nice that these flowers are embroidered. This is debossed. These are all embroidered. And then the inner lining looks like that. Next up is one of my most favorite bags, and you'll see, we make this a great drinking game of how many times I say this. So this is, I think it's called the Fern, like rainforest. I can't remember what the name of this bag is, but obviously it's Jurassic Park, and it is pretty it's the word I'm looking for. Like, it doesn't scream Jurassic Park other than obviously the logo, but when you look at it, you know, you can see the dinosaurs are kind of scattered in throughout the foliage. So you've got T-Rex is up here, the Dilophosaurus is here, and the Velociraptor, and the little keychain is the amber with the mosquito. It does have side pockets, and then the interior lining is just the same type of dinosaurs but without the foliage. So this is one of my very most favorites because I actually studied paleontology in college. Next is my Captain America bag, and this one I could probably get rid of if I really needed to. It's not one that I'm particularly attached to, but I do love all the detailing on this bag. I did buy it used, so the ones that I've bought used, I tend to stuff them with paper so they can get their shape back. And on the inside it says whatever it takes, and I do definitely stand by that. This bag is quite a bit bigger than a regular Loungefly, and is the only bag that I have that has this metal, and on the back it says worthy. And then this is my one and only holiday bag. This is a lenticular that shows the Grinch and is the original Grinch, which is actually my favorite. I love the Jim Carrey version too, but this is what I grew up with, was the original one. I found this one on eBay for only, I think I paid $18. It was ridiculous. And so the inner lining just says the Grinch. And it's got Cindy Lou Who here and the Grinch. And so this is one that I pretty much only use at Christmas time. Calling the next category like Disney movies, Pixar movies. So Nightmare Before Christmas. This one isn't actually a Loungefly. I think the brand is Buckle Down, but this is one that I really like traveling with, especially in the fall, because it's kind of the perfect size. And there's nothing special really about the inner lining, but it's the perfect little shape for travel. And then I added this 0 to it that actually lights up if I can remember where the switch is. There we go. So that's just what comes with it. And this 0 I found on eBay, and it was part of a clear special straw, I believe. Next is the only up bag that I own, and this one I bought used, so I do keep paper, and this one helped keep the shape. And what I love about this one is the beautiful mountains, and the adventure is out there, and I'm a very adventurous person. I love to go into the mountains and hike and fish, so this is, it screams me. It's got Kevin on the back, and kind of like a distressed brass, I guess you could call it, hardware. I like the brown detailing. And then the interior lining is the Wilderness Ranger logo. Super cute bag. It's one that I tried to sell because apparently people sell it brand new for like over $400, but I couldn't get a single person to buy it, so I decided that was a sign that it's meant to be mine, and I've kept it. This is I would call the first Loungefly that I ever really lusted for. This is the Pizza Planet truck, and this does light up. I have RC as a keychain, and if I can remember, there we go. So just the tail lights, and I love the Pizza Planet truck. It's one of my favorite things from Toy Story, so I knew I had to get this bag. And then over here I found, this is another one of those that came with a straw, and so this one I attached on there because it's the only Pixar bag I had at the time. And so the interior lining has Buzz and Woody dressed as like chicken nuggets and a soda, I guess you could call it. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then it's got the same thing on the back. And this is one of my favorite bags. I get lots of compliments on it. Next is my Hocus Pocus bag. I think this is actually the bag that I paid the most money for. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's the book. I did that terribly, but I used this past Halloween because I was Winifred Sanderson for Halloween, and so it's perfect for that kind of a cosplay type of thing, but you can't fit anything in this bag. Like, it will work as a wallet, so it's got lots of card slots, but you can't even fit car keys. You can't fit a phone in here, but it's a really beautifully detailed bag, and it definitely is a Loungefly. So it's right there, and it does have straps, but I prefer to use this one without the straps. And then one of my favorite Halloween time bags is my other Hocus Pocus bag. And this one is a little bit bigger than your traditional mini backpack. It's got Max and his sister down here trick-or-treating and Binks in the window. This does glow in the dark, and it's got a magnetic door with the Sanderson sisters inside. And I took this with me when I did my last trip to Salem, and I got tons of compliments on it, and it was so fun to use this bag in Salem and go and look at all the movie sites. So I do have a Maleficent, which has nothing to do with it, but I thought the colors match, so that's just kind of been my zipper pull on this bag. It is well loved and used, and this is the interior lining, which just kind of shows all the same characters on it. I can't remember if it has anything on the back. Well, of course it does. Come, we fly. And yeah, another one of my favorite bags. And this is my only Disney World themed bag. It's the Epcot one that came out last year, and I just absolutely fell in love with this bag, and I've got special memories of going to Epcot. It's a very soft material. It's hard to describe, but I love that it's got Nemo and Squirt and Dory and Figment, and it's got lots of cool little things on it. And I added the, where'd it go? The Nemo keychain. It says Noah on the side, and really love that. And the interior lining is kind of almost the same, but a little less detailed. And again, one of my favorites. I've not used this one yet. I'm saving it, but yeah, one of my all-time favorites. And this one was my holy grail to find. I know what you're thinking, okay? It says Club 33. That means you spent billions of dollars on it. Well, I didn't spend $80 on it, but I didn't spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars either. And this is one that I was very upset when I finally found it for a good price. My dog spilled sweet tea on it, but I was able to clean it up and it's fine. And I just love the detailing on this bag, the embroidered flowers, the Yeti zipper pull. And then this I found at Bed Bath & Body Works is for hand sanitizer, but I love the little fluffy Yeti, so it stays on there. And love the detailing on the straps and the Club 33. And I did not buy it because it was Club 33. I bought it because I love European stuff. I mean, clearly, and it just suits my style. And I love the Matterhorn. And then this is what the interior lining looks like. But I swear I'm not bougie. I get most of my bags for under retail, I promise. So next, my all-time favorite ride is the Haunted Mansion. And next video I plan on doing is my Haunted Mansion display setup. So be prepared for that. Stay tuned. So this is my other sling bag I have. I found this on Temu, however you're supposed to say it. And there's nothing special about it. It just works really well, like for travel, for carrying water bottles. And I love to use this on work trips. And it just is a really nice, basic, simple bag. And I love that it has the lighter, more accurate color of the wallpaper, and versus like the darker one like the Loungefly has. So my Haunted Mansion sling. And then this is my next Haunted Mansion non-Loungefly bag. So this is from the website Ambry, which I was told is like a scam website or whatever. So I took a chance on it because I just loved this design with, you know, the hitchhiking ghosts, the ghosts that kind of go up in the graveyard, and the singing busts. I just thought this was a really cool, unique bag, and it's actually pretty big. It did come packaged horribly and it was misshapen, so I've been waiting to use it until it gets part of its shape bag, and so it's stuffed with paper. The interior lining is nothing special, and I mean, it's not a great quality. I don't really feel like I was scammed either, but just be aware when you're buying from an unknown website to be careful. My gamble did take off, and this one actually has little feet on the bottom, which I've never seen before in a backpack like this. So my gamble paid off, but just be careful. So now for a Haunted Mansion actual Loungefly. So this is the stretching room bag. So these on the front, they move up and down. Mine don't go all the way up for some reason. So, and the wallpaper does glow in the dark. And it's got the stretching room, the iconic wallpaper here, and kind of like a brass, distressed brass type of hardware. The interior lining is kind of like a Funko style. And I've got this keychain of Madame Leota, which I thought was a really cool to touch to add. And so same, she came with a straw. I found her on eBay. And so kind of the backstory with this bag was I had seen it. It was sold out everywhere and everybody was selling it for over $200. And I knew that, oh, and this is a pocket, by the way, I forgot to mention that. I knew I didn't want to pay that much for this bag. And then I saw a couple websites online that were doing a re-release on it and a pre-order. So I took a gamble and I tried it out. And so yeah, I got to pay retail for it and I was super happy to be able to finally get this bag. And then my next bougie bag, I know what you're thinking. This girl's rich. I'm not, I swear. I saved up for this bag. I really wanted it because, like I said, the Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride. So this is the other Club 33 bag that I have, and probably the only other one that I would get unless they came out with like a really awesome Big Thunder Railroad or some other like iconic ride, and I feel like I have to get it. So that's the only reason I bought these bags. So we got the one-eyed cat, the tightrope walker, and the alligator. And these are from the stretching room. The dog and the Haunted Mansion is there. It's got this really big pocket in the front with the Club 33 logo. And this is actually one of those Disney doorables from Peter Pan. But I thought that the alligator was fitting. It's kind of got like gunmetal colored hardware. And the interior lining just says 55th anniversary, Club 33, nothing too exciting. And the back, the Haunted Mansion, 55th anniversary. And I like that this one's got actual things on the strap. And so, again, one of my favorites. What can I say? And I will use Haunted Mansion stuff year round, so I don't just save these for Halloween. So I think I did a warning earlier that Star Wars was going to be my most populous, so I apologize if you're not into Star Wars. Probably want to click off the video now because this is my most populous part. This is not a Loungefly. This is just I think it's a buckle down bag, but I really love this as Protect the Forest and has the little Ewoks. And I took this on a trip to Portland and San Francisco where you felt like you were at Endor and it was just perfect. And I love the simplicity of this bag. And look, it actually has 2 interior pockets. So this one is like a full size. As you can see, it's like an actual backpack, but it is a Loungefly. And it's got, so there's 2 things with Star Wars, 3 things with Star Wars that I love the most, which is the AT-AT, whichever you want to call it, walkers, R2-D2, and Darth Vader. Those are my 3 favorite things. So it's got all of those on there. And it's a perfect little weekender bag. And I really like this bag. And sometimes I use it for work, but most of the time it's just for quick little trips. And as I mentioned, Darth Vader is one of my obsessions. So this is call it like the Darth Vader 2.0. So it's got the little TIE Fighter zipper pull. And it's all kind of like a quilted black. It's very basic. This is more like a patent leather with the shininess and gunmetal. And it's got Death Star and TIE Fighters on the inside. And this one also lights up, which was my favorite thing about it. So like I said, I apologize if you don't like Star Wars. There's far more to come. So again, one of my most favorite bags. I found this one, a seller all the way in Australia, and it was really, really hard to track this one down. It's kind of unique, and I have the matching ears that go with this bag. And so it's got the, you know, rose gold hardware, and I just love the colors of this one. You got the two suns, and this one is called the Sands of Tatooine, by the way. And it's one of the, well, it is the only Loungefly bag that I have that has two pockets, and I mean two zippered pockets, and this is your ear holder. And like I said, I do have the matching ears, and the interior lining is the same all around, just has the resistance. And I love how this one, it says Star Wars on the back, but when you look at the front, like unless you know what you're looking at and you see this plaque, it doesn't scream Star Wars. So this could be used for like a date night or whatever. It's not like a in-your-face type of bag, and that's one of my favorite things about it. And this one is a bag that I have never seen anybody talk about or show in a collection video. So this is called the Floral Droids bag, I think, and it's got like a Funko R2-D2, BB-8, and C-3PO, and it's just all floral, and it's got that kind of similar to the Matterhorn, I feel like, European vibe. You know, it goes very well with my pillow. And it came with this zipper pull. It's got the resistance and C-3PO and a little flower. It's kind of like an antique gold, and I just added this Millennium Falcon. And I bought this one used off Mercari, so it still has paper in it. And the interior lining is just like a plain, like a rust red with the Resistance logo. And again, I love that this one isn't super in your face, because so it could be used for lots of different occasions, not just Star Wars events or being a nerd. And we are almost done. So this is my like psychedelic dark side one. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like that similar like anniversary coloring as the big canvas bag that I have. And it's got gunmetal hardware. This is actually a really big bag, and so I love using it if I know I'm gonna go someplace where I want to have like a bottle of water, like extra snacks. And it's got a very dark interior lining with like TIE fighters. It's hard to see, but it's kind of basic. And then it's got this on the back, and nice basic bag. I love the psychedelic factor to it. Is one that I like to take for like day trips. And moving away from the dark side for a bit, this is like the original R2-D2, and I really wanted this bag, and I had a hard time finding it for a good price. And then one day I happened to look on Amazon, and there it was for like 60 bucks. So I ended up getting it. So there's not a lot to it, but I love how cute it is. It looks just like R2, and on the interior it's got BB-8 and R2-D2 in hearts. It does have a pocket, and I added this, if I could zip it up, keychain. Because of course you need that on an R2-D2 bag. And going with a similar theme, this is the last Star Wars bag that I bought. And this one I was looking for a long time, like months, weeks. And it was going for like $400 or even over $1,000 on eBay, and there's no way I was going to pay that. And then I will log on to Facebook Marketplace one day, and there it was for $45, new with tags. So I've never put something in a shopping cart so fast in my life. And it is the bag that I'm currently using, so I'm not really going to open it up, but I will show you how it lights up. It's so cool. I love this bag so much. And so yeah, it is currently my daily bag. It does have this cool little zipper pull, and I'll show you a little bit of what the interior lining looks like. It's got like R2 and BB-8 and kind of like a black and white type of motif. And on the back it has the two of them. It's, can't really tell, but it's debossed. And again, I was so happy to get this bag, and it's become one of my favorites solely for that reason. And going back to the dark side, we have this Death Star bag. I love the subtlety of this bag. This was around $60 on Amazon. I've got a couple Funkos with Darth Vader and the Death Star, although I should move Darth Vader to the Darth Vader bag, but every time I do, I have freshly painted nails and I can't take it off without wrecking them. No front pocket, no side pockets, and it's pretty basic. The interior is red, just like that. It does have a zippered pocket though. And I don't know why, but this one honestly is one of my favorites. Like I said, I knew I would say that a zillion times, but I just love using this bag. I love the subtlety of it. I love that it's black and goes with everything. Next, I'm gonna call this my AT Hoth obsession part, and these are my final three, and that is all of my Loungefly bags. So this one I took a gamble on. It was a new release, like for Star Wars Day this year. Yeah, this year. So on the Disney store. But I ended up one day looking at AliExpress and I found it for only 25 bucks. And since it was so cheap, I decided, you know, I'll take a gamble. If it sucks, I'll just go buy the one from the Disney store. And it's beautiful. Like the only thing I can find wrong with it is that this might be slightly off kilter and maybe this is a little mushed looking, but it came like totally legit. Like I can tell this is not a knockoff. Maybe it's just a factory reject. I don't know. I took a gamble and it paid off for me. So I love the ombre effect. I love that it's got my embroidered AT-AT. And I do have the matching ears. And I might just add my ears to the end of this video. Just, I don't have a ton, but just to show them because they're pretty cool. And I'll show the interior lining. It's got my, love the AT-ATs. And this is my little itty bitty AT-AT bag, Hoth bag. So this is that collection of Planet bags, and this is the only one that I have, is the only one I cared about getting. I mean, I kind of like the Endor one, I like the Tatooine one, but this is the one that I really wanted. And if I'm going to have a Tatooine bag, I'd rather have the Sands of Tatooine one anyway, so I'm fine with that. Added this keychain, and there's really not much to this bag. It just says in a galaxy far, far away. It does have a zipper pocket on the inside. You can't fit a lot in here, but I do manage to make it work. And these are detachable or like reorganizable, I guess you could say. So you could make it into a crossbody or just take the straps off and just carry it. But so this is like a convertible bag, I guess you could say. And this was my first ever Hoth AT-AT related bag. And then my last Loungefly, this one was exclusive to some Comic-Con, I want to say, or some event, I forget. But I love that it's the AT-AT driver, walker driver, whatever you want to call it. And so it's got the little adorable zipper pull. And I added this Hoth on here. And it's got a lot of detail on it. The eyes are lenticular, but it's kind of hard to tell. It does have a matching wallet, but I just use my same wallet all the time, so I don't really care. I love the softness of this bag, and I was in the Seattle airport with this bag, and I kept on getting stopped, like, oh, that's the coolest bag ever, I love it. And so this is a real special one to me. This is what the interior lining looks like, and the zipper pull. And those are all of my Loungeflies, and oh, and then the back. At Walker, AT-AT Walker, whichever side you want to choose. And I guess I'll go over my ears really quick at the end, just because that'll be quick. And that's all my Loungeflies. Okay, last thing are the ears, and I'll just go through these really fast. Not all of them are Disney or Loungefly. Like this one is a homemade one. The Millennium Falcon, and a little rhinestone. Just real basic. And Something you could wear for like a Star Wars party or to the parks. So there's that one. And then this came from the same seller as the R2-D2. Really like this one. And then this one actually came from either Shanghai or Tokyo. I don't remember. Does it say? I'm sure it says somewhere, but anyway, it says Grim Grinning Ghosts. And the dog, the raven, little guy in the coffin. And really like this one. I love the singing busts. And so this is my only like Disney ears. And then, like I said, I got the Sands of Tatooine. And it does have a little plaque, Star Wars Loungefly, embroidered. This one may or may not be fake, but I really don't care because I just wanted the ears to go with my bag, and it's all embroidered. And these ones are real. I got them from the Disney store the day that it released, so it could go with my bag. And I don't normally do that, but I just do it when it's something that I really care about. So got the embroidered AT-ATs, and then it's just kind of like almost like a jelly, like it reminds me of jelly, the jelly sandals from the 90s, and it's really glittery. And this kind of reminds me of Leia's vest, and it's just all glitter on the back. And anyway,